Right then, I'm going to take you for a quick spin in the Kia Sportage. I borrowed this car actually from Kia Guildford. That's always annoying whenever you start the car. If you had the stereo on, even if you've got the volume down, it defaults to being loud. Right, let's head off. So, like I said, borrowed this car from a dealer. And it's a different model than the one that I actually did the full video review on. So this is the range topping model, the 2-litre diesel. We've got the automatic gearbox. We've also got the 4-wheel drive system and top of the range spec. You probably noticed we've got leather seats, two-tone, really nice. Really like the look, but it does bump up the cost. I mean, most people aren't going to need all this equipment, and they're certainly not going to need the 4-wheel drive system. One thing to note though is this 2-litre diesel has noticeably more punch than the 1.7 litre diesel, though that engine is fine. This is better for towing. It's also quieter as well, this 2-litre engine. I do prefer it, but I don't think it's worth spending the extra for over the 1.7. Most people will be absolutely fine with that engine. So we're just driving a little circuit in the car, trying it out, and on the whole this Sportage is very nice to drive. So it's very simple, the controls are light. This one is the automatic, so don't even have to change gear. Got some paddle shifters here on the steering wheel. A little bit unnecessary in this kind of car, because while it might be called the Sportage, I wouldn't say it's all that sporty to drive. It actually shares its body and chassis with the Hyundai Tucson, but it has different suspension settings. And yes, the Kia does have a firmer edge to it, a sportier edge, so it doesn't roll quite so much in the corners, but it's still no sports car. You know, this is a crossover, it's a tour vehicle, so you get a good view out, up the front, see over the traffic. You do get a bit of a blind spot from that pillar there, and if you look over my shoulder, you'll see a blind spot as well, the rear 3/4, which can make it a bit of a pain when you're putting out of a tricky junction. But on the whole, yeah, it's really easy to drive and to manoeuvre in town, despite being a big car, and it's comfy as well. So, like I said, the suspension's a bit firmer than on a Hyundai Tucson, but still it's comfortable enough, and you're not going to complain about the ride quality. It does quite a good job of finding out the bumps in the road, but it just has a slightly sportier feel to it. Though, if I'm honest, a Mazda CX-5 is a little bit more fun to drive, but if that's your bag, really, don't bother with the crossover, just get a sports estate car. Now, in terms of the interior design, I really like the interior design of this Kia. I think it's so much more, well, it just feels more modern, it looks smarter than the Hyundai Tucson and the Nissan Qashqai. You've got soft touch here up on the dash. Now, materials down there are a bit cheaper, but that's not in your direct dial line, that is, and I like the stitching effect as well. It's pretty nice. And the touch points, all the major touch points where you rest your elbows, up there on the doors, yeah, it's got enough soft touch yielding materials to keep you comfy. I do quite enjoy driving this car. I, like I said, wouldn't go for the automatic. I would go for the manual. Save yourself some money. But the automatic it's all right. It's not one of the best on the market, but it's not bad at all. And on the whole, this is a generally comfortable, relaxing car to travel in. And it's fairly quiet as well. You don't get too much tyre roar or wind noise. So I think if you buy this car, you're going to be pretty pleased with it. Infotainment system, that's generally good. Nice and bright, the screen, so it's dead easy to see what's going on, especially when it's really bright with lots of sunlight, you can still see it. And it's relatively simple to control. You've got these very quick access menu buttons here to just go to the menu that you want. Right then, so I'm just going to pull up here because we've done a little circuit. And that concludes our 360-degree video in the Kia Sportage. Now, if you want to see some more video content on this car, just click in the top right-hand corner on the card.